Hey everyone, welcome to our weekly Team Aspire Zoom meeting. Today is July 12th, so thank you for joining us either live or on the recording. So a couple of announcements. We have our ongoing Get Fit for Summer group. It goes through June, so if you have anybody who'd like to join a group, we're adding people to that group through June. So if you're not in it already, let me know and I can add you. The link was posted in Team Aspire. It probably got a little bit buried. So if you can't find it to request to join, just let me know. Send me a message and I can definitely add you so you can add your people. But I've just been adding people to it and then posting their profile photo and saying, welcome everyone, say hi to Brenda, and everyone says hi. So it's working really well. That group's got a lot of engagement, so I'm really happy with it. What I've asked all the coaches to do with that group, trying something new, is just instead of giving everyone a day of the week to post and splitting it up among the coaches, just telling all the coaches, post something every day, something inspirational, healthy recipe, whatever, and then we're doing a lot more sharing from the coaches. And then if you forget, it's not a huge deal because the rest of us are posting too. And then also to post your recap, just to be a good example. So it seems like it's working really well to up the engagement. So I've been pretty happy with that. Then we had our Diamond Dash start yesterday. We have a couple people on our team. Rachel and Judy are doing it. So congratulations for joining the Diamond Dash. We do these quarterly. So if you missed the deadline this time, we are going to be doing it again in another few months. So that's exciting. We have our biggest slim down contest starting September 12th. I've got a couple messages from people asking what the date is that we're starting, so that's when that starts. Our next challenge is starting August 1st. And that's what we're going to be talking about on our call today. And we can decide what to call it. So I wanted to get you guys' feedback about that. Trying to think if there's any other announcements. We have our Super Saturday coming up at the beginning of August. I believe it's August 6th. It's the first Saturday. It's in your local area. So if you look up in your back office under Super Saturday and look for something in your local area, if you don't see something real close to you now, people register as it gets closer. So just keep checking back. And there most likely is something near you. If there's not, then you can host your own if you'd like to. So it's really exciting to go to a Super Saturday. It's just your local area coaches getting together. They watch a video from corporate. A lot of times they do a workout. They get up and share stories. It's really fun to kind of connect with people in your area. Coach of the week. So the coach of the week this week, she kind of took a couple months off to go on vacation. Now she's starting her business kind of back up from scratch, and that can be like even harder than starting it from the beginning. A lot of us know how hard that is, and but she's doing it. She's like, this is really hard, but she's going for it. She is doing a free challenge starting on Monday, and she's been sharing a lot publicly about Shakeology and doing her workout. So congratulations to Stacy George for being coach of the week this week, and for not just giving up and starting out back up her business. So really proud of her. So congratulations for being coach of the week. So this week we are doing an open discussion about how to promote our challenge. So this is something that we all have to do all the time, no matter how long we've been a coach, and it can be really daunting for the newer coaches. So I kind of wanted to get us all together and talk about how you promote our next challenge and what works for you guys. But first of all, like I said, it starts August 1st. It's going to be our next challenge that we're going to be promoting now, starting now. What do you guys want to call it? The one we have going on right now is Get Fit for Summer. So don't want to call it the exact same thing, but we can open up and mute you guys and all that so that we can talk about what to call it, because I like feedback on that. Any ideas?
What about something with back to school? Like here, school starts on August 8th.
Okay, that's a good idea. I like that. Yeah, because it runs through August, and a lot of us start school back in August, so that's a good idea. So back to school challenge, we could do that. Any other ideas or feedback?
We could do something about preparing for fall, or like, I know for preparing for summer, we did the bikini boot camp, so I don't know, something fall related. I don't know what that could be.
Or we can do something like one last hurrah, or like, what was, just left me, something about summer ending, like, what am I thinking of? I'll get back to you.
Yeah. Okay. I like the back to school challenge. I think that's really good. So we could kind of promote it as the kids are going back to school, time for you type of thing. So we could do something like that.
Like going out with a bang. That's what I was thinking of. Like
We could
going
do
out
that.
summer.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Should we do the back to school or go out with a bang should we say a summer ends with a bang, or, something like that?
Something, I don't know.
Any preference, Judy or Tether? Brittany?
I'll think of it later.
Tether put in the comments in the chat, summer end bang.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So either one, I'm open to both. So I like them both. The whole thing about promoting our challenge. So obviously, if you don't ever talk about it or invite anybody, you're not going to find anyone. So what is the best way that you guys have found to promote our upcoming challenge? Any ideas? What has worked?
Running a free challenge beforehand. There's plenty of time to do that.
Yeah, that is so true. I think that's very true. And why does that work, Rachel?
Because you're showing people, you're kind of giving them an introduction to you as a coach, as well as getting them into the habit of doing some sort of exercise and making better food choices, so that they might see like a little bit of some results or progress or whatever, and it might motivate them to like jump in full force.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So if you run a free challenge between now and then, so say, for example, let's look at the calendar here. It's the 12th. If we're starting on the 1st, then you could start one on Monday. It's kind of getting a little close. I mean, you could push it and do it. Or you could start one the 25th and then promote it during and still have people join through the weekend. That's perfectly fine. So one of the things about our challenge groups that are not contests, so if it's a contest, everyone has to have everything. They have to start on that specific date. So that's the way that contests work. But as far as a challenge group, we do say this is the deadline. You tell people this is the deadline. But for example, if we say that the deadline's the 25th, but I get paid on Friday the 29th, for example, can I join then? You don't want to say no, right? Because you still want them to join. So yes, you can join. The group starts on the 1st. If you start a couple days later, no big deal. That's what I always tell them. I still want you to join. Awesome. And then even if it started on Monday on the 1st, and I have people that want to join on like the 4th, like I've been adding people to the one right now, and it works just fine, because even though it's going, we're all kind of in different schedules anyway. The point is that we're doing Beachbody workout, we're eating with a meal plan, we're drinking Shakeology, so we're all doing that. So I would definitely, run a free challenge. Maybe the 25th would be best. I'm actually aiming to start one on the 25th. I was just sitting down to brainstorm today about what I was going to do. And honestly, I'm going to tell you that last month, I almost didn't run a free challenge because it had been a couple months since I did it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got so much going on. How can I do it? I did it anyway. And I would not have hit Success Club last month if I hadn't run a free challenge, because the 3 people that I found to help last month were from my free challenge, because of my free challenge. All those people I've been talking to for months and months and months still said no, still couldn't do it. It was because of my free challenge. So I was looking from the free challenge. When you're doing it, you're establishing that credibility as a coach, like Rachel was talking about, what it's like to work with you. But you make a big deal of the fact that, this was just a free thing. It's just 5 days. It's a taste of what I have to offer. Now join a free or a 30-day group where you're working one-on-one with me. So they're going, oh, it's even better than this, and then they'll want to join. So that's kind of the point. So how do you move people from your free challenge, Rachel, to your paid challenge? What do you do?
You start talking to them like day 1 of your challenge. Actually, before the challenge, if you're inviting, just start to get to know them, get to know their goals, and kind of like write down their goals, or before you talk to them, read through your message and use their goals to tell them how your challenge could help them. Like, focus it onto what they need. And then throughout the week, you can pick out the ones who are most active or posting the most or getting better results, and kind of, talk to them more. Awesome. You'll have some people who won't respond at all, and that's fine. Just don't waste your time on those people.
Yeah. Well, and what I like to do is, so I usually do 5-day ones. I'll send them a message before it starts. Thanks for joining. Here's the link. Please introduce yourself, blah, 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 blah. And then around Wednesday, I'll send another one. How's it going? You know, like, how do you feel like you're doing? And send that kind of a message. And even if they don't answer, then when it's over and I send another message saying, hey, I have this other group going, it's not so like, I want to say icky that I added them to a group, never contacted them during, and then, hey, join my next one. You know, I did contact them in the middle and I tried, even if they didn't answer, you know. So then I can send them another message, hey, you know, I know it didn't, and I'll send them a message regardless if they joined, if they did anything or not. You know, if they did, then, oh, you did awesome, let's continue. If they did nothing, hey, I know you didn't have a chance to do it, I have another one going, you know. So whatever they did or didn't do, I still invite them. So yeah, message everybody. And if you don't run a free challenge, that's fine. You don't have to, but it does make it a little easier because then you find those people who are ready to go. Like I mentioned, those 3 ladies, they were posting like crazy in my free water and walking challenge. And when I invited them to join this next group, then they were like, yeah, I want to keep doing this. I finally am on a routine, you know, and they were excited to join the next one because they had done the free water and walking challenge with me. So, you know, that it really does help the transition, but you don't have to. So say you are just inviting to the challenge without it. One thing that you can do is post on Facebook and just say, hey, I have this group starting. The best thing to do is make sure that you're showing a photo of you. So if you show like your progress so far, for instance, is really effective. You know, say, hey, this is what I've accomplished so far. I have another group going, so you can continue, or so I can continue my goals. Who wants to join me? Type of thing. If you're showing you're doing it, who wants to join me? People are more likely to join rather than saying, hey, I have a group going. You know, so it's like you are doing it with them. Like, I need friends, I need encouragement, help me. Like, then they're like, yeah, I need it too. So that works really, really well. So you can post on Facebook. You will get some maybe, but the best way to do it is actually one-on-one messages. So if you see someone who just had a baby, or you've talked to in the past, or posted something about not fitting into their clothes, or whatever it is, or they can't go to the gym anymore and they're wasting their gym membership, or whatever you've seen, you can send them a message. Anyone that you've talked to, anything like that. I like to do Facebook events and just invite a whole bunch of friends. You are limited to 500. And so what I've been doing lately, because I have so many friends, is I'll pick a section of the alphabet and just invite all those people to this one. And then the next one, next section of the alphabet. You know, so I'm working with different people. And, you know, if people RSVP that are not in that section of the alphabet, they can still join. But, you know, then at least I know who I've invited and who I haven't. And that seems to work pretty well for me. So, but then if they RSVP to join on the event, you add them to the group. But make sure that you're running it in a separate Facebook group, not on the event. I've tried it on the event, and the problem is that people can still participate, and it's public. So there's some people that might not be okay with that. Like, oh, I don't want people knowing how much I walked and what I ate and all that kind of stuff. So just make sure you do it in a separate group. And then you have to be their friend in order to add them, which is very useful. You want to be their friend on Facebook so they can see what you're doing. So any other tips that you guys have that you use for promoting a challenge group? Anything you've done, Judy, that's worked? Just called you out.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I like the free challenge too, like you said, and just kind of watching close. Like, I don't go in my news feed very much anymore, and I kind of almost now I'm like, oh shit, I should, because then you can kind of, like you said, watch what other people are doing more from a business side than being snoopy, but just to say, oh, looks like she might be interested, write her name down and then contact them directly, you know, versus just making a random post on Facebook, because most people then really don't always respond to that. But I have a question about the free challenge though. Like, do you do a water walking every month and a clean eating every month, or do you alternate? Because me and Brittany just did a 5-day clean eating challenge in July or end of June to bring people into this challenge. So would you suggest doing water and walking for this next free one, just to change it up?
So there's different schools of thought. I know Shannon's big on do the same one every one. You'll attract different people. Personally, I like to do different ones just because different people are going to RSVP for different things. So I've done like exclusively nutrition ones, like the 5-day clean eating, and gotten like some people that have never RSVP'd for anything that had anything to do with fitness, because they don't care about fitness, but they care about clean eating. So it's really good to kind of mix it up. I would try some fitness exclusive ones, some nutrition exclusive ones, some with both, like water and walking. You can do something completely different. Like I did a sleep challenge once. So, you're going to attract different people by different things. And I think that that's good. I wouldn't do the same one and only with the same people over and over. Like if you did water and walking and you had the same 10 people join every single time, it's kind of a waste of your time. So, and that way, it is kind of good to change it up, do different people. And then you can always say too, I've had coaches say, to avoid getting the same people joining over and over, you could say, oh, you can join again, just you have to invite a friend, or you have to invite 2 friends or whatever. So that way it's worth your while to have them join again. So does that help?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking of doing a walking challenge that included a certain amount of miles, because that would push, because I'm trying to run or walk. I haven't decided how many miles a week, because I like to go out. I like to exercise outside in the summer. So I thought, well, I know when I shoot for like half a marathon a week or something, like or not even that, like 10 miles a week or whatever, and then invite people to do it with me, so that I'm getting a lot of people like, hey, I walked this much this week, or this today I walked, and just get interaction that way. And thought maybe I could do something like that.
That's a good idea. I know Connie Wilson on our team did a 10,000 step challenge, and it was really effective. I thought that was cute. I hadn't thought about doing something like that. So yeah, I mean, get creative. Whatever you would like to do, whatever would interest you will interest the people like you. So think about what you would like to do, if that helps, because you want to attract people like you, right? So
Right.
Yeah. So I there's a little conversation going, I'm noticing. Rachel was saying, what about summer heat challenge, or sweat it out challenge, or melt away the pounds challenge, something to do with the summer heat. I like that. Yeah, because it is the hottest month of the year, August. So I think that's cute. So summer heat challenge, sweat it out challenge, melt away the pounds challenge. What do you guys think? Do you like those better? I think they're awesome.
I like those. And also, isn't that kind of close to when the country music dance workout's coming out? So that's
a good point. Yeah. Although it's gonna be coming out at the very beginning of that month. So we probably are gonna be promoting that through August, not July, because it won't be out yet.
True.
So
maybe use that for a next challenge.
So maybe as far as like the name heat, we should postpone that to September challenge. Yeah, I like that. But we could still do like melt away the pounds challenge or something like that.
Yeah. I'm good with any of it. I'm not really stuck on one or the other.
Okay. All right. Well, we could post a poll in the Team Aspire group and kind of think about it, and then people can chime in who's not here. But I like the idea of the heat thing. So good idea. So let's do that. And then as far as promoting it, make sure you use your face. I know I've said it before, but for the new coaches on the team, it's good to post about it. So say you're like, oh, join my melt away with the pounds challenge or something like that. Make sure that your face is on it, just because when your friends are scrolling, they're going to go right past something that doesn't look like you. So even if you're just standing there with, I don't know, I can't even think of anything, like those pads that you put on your hands, the oven, like, because it's hot, whatever you want to do, like standing there doing something or whatever, just your face smiling is good too. But make sure that you're using your face, and I know it's kind of scary to do, but also you could stand there and show your results, something like that would attract people. So awesome. Any other last tips? Anything you want to add, Heather? I know you're in the car driving, but if you wanted to chime in. Have any questions?
I wanted to suggest that in our team group, whatever free challenge we decide to do, maybe post it in our free challenge to give everybody different ideas. Mm-hmm. And then when we start promoting the next challenge group, post your image that you're going to use to promote it, so that other people can get, especially the newer coaches, can get some ideas on what to do.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. I know that I decided to do Sugar Addicts Anonymous type group. Maybe not call it that, but I've been trying to figure out the name. But I've been wanting
That's
to
good.
do like
I like that actually.
an anti-sugar one, and I feel like I finally broken away from my sugar thing, and I've been kind of figuring out, well, what have I been doing? So I have a whole list of things, and I'm like, I should just do a group about it. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, so whatever ideas you guys have, we've done so many free challenges in the past. I've done an awesome arms challenge where we're doing arms. I've done a tummy trimmers one where it's focusing on your stomach. So, you know, you could
The tummy trimmers one would be good because all you have to focus on is sit-ups and planks, really.
yeah, and then you can throw in nutrition too. You know,
Yeah, and nutrition. You can find all that.
So you can, yeah, so that's great ideas. I was going to say something else. With the challenge, if you have any questions about how to promote it, so if you have people interested and you don't know what to do next, post it in our Team Aspire group, and we'll help you. I am in the middle of moving, so if I don't see it right away, someone from the group will help. I'm kind of not on Facebook much because I'm going kind of crazy over here. But anyhow, so let us know if you need anything. Thanks for joining us tonight. And does anyone have any last minute questions or comments?
Well, I was gonna suggest another good way to catch people's eye if a picture isn't working is a video. And I know it's scary because I'm breaking through the scary thing of doing videos, but just go to a spot where you're comfortable, like find something comfortable to talk about first, and then promote stuff with a video or doing something live. Because everybody, when they see a video, everybody watches it, no matter, they can't help themselves. So if you're kind of calling them out on a video, it's a lot more effective somehow, it seems.
Yeah, I think those live videos are working really well too. I know I've had to swallow my fear and start doing the live ones. I kind of like, what if I'm bothering people? Because you get notifications unless you turn them off. But I've just noticed a lot of people are seeing my videos because they're getting notification that I'm live. I'm trying to be creative in the name of it though, because if you don't name it, or if, you know, people don't know what you're talking about. So make sure it's something catchy, or they're like, what are you talking about? So that really helps too. So yeah, that's a good idea. So if you wanted to like go live on Facebook and be like, this is so exciting, and leave it at that, you know, and your title, and then people are like, what's exciting? So then they'll click on it and see, or whatever, you know, leave them hanging. So that's a good idea. I like that. Awesome. Any other tips? No? Awesome. Let's see. Tether says, oh, cool. She's in a food addiction group, so maybe I'll ask you some ideas. Anyhow, so yeah, thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you guys next week on our team call. Thanks. Good night, ladies.